Hello students. So in today's session we are going to learn about ozone preparation and properties from the topic group 16 elements. So ozone is a tri-oxygen with atomicity 3, isn't it? So 3 oxygens combine to form ozone, and 3 atoms of oxygen as it combines its atomicity is 3, and it is an allotrope of oxygen. So where it is present? It is present in the stratosphere, and its function is to prevent us from the harmful UV radiations which are coming from the sun. Understand, children? So ozone layer protect us from harmful UV radiations which are coming from the sun. If we see the structure of ozone, as it is having 3 oxygens, ozone is an angular molecule. Okay, ozone is an angular molecule, means which is in V shape. So 3 oxygens, and its resonance structure will be like this. Okay, 3 oxygens are combined like this, and it is of 2 forms, and it's also called canonical structures or resonance structures. So if we move into the preparation of ozone, for the preparation of ozone we should require ozonizer. Okay, we should require ozonizer. So in this method I am taking Siemens ozonizer. Understand, Siemens ozonizer consists of 2 coaxial glass tubes coated with tin foil. Okay, coated with tin foil, and now here an opening is present through which the ozonized air or pure and dry oxygen is going to be sent through this input. Understand, children? There is an opening through which we are going to send a pure and dry oxygen. Clear? So here there is a connection which is having a high, which here it can be given as it should be connected. So here it should be connected to a electrical discharge. So here we should use a silent electrical discharge. Understand? So in this process we should use a silent electrical discharge. So what happened in this process we are going to see now. We have taken 2 coaxial glass tubes. So when the oxygen is passed through a silent electrical discharge, 10% of ozone is formed. So this ozone is called ozonized oxygen. So when this ozonized oxygen is formed, it gives some amount, it absorbs some amount of heat energy. So it is an endothermic reaction. By absorbing some heat energy, oxygen is get converted into ozone, isn't it? So that is the process. So look at here, 3O2 or O2 gives rise to O3. Okay, 3 molecules of oxygen gives rise to molecules of ozone. So as I said, it is an endothermic reaction. It absorbs some amount of heat energy. How much it is going to be absorbed? 142 kilojoules per mole. Understand? So here the electrical discharge what we are using, it should be very silent. Okay, usage of silent electrical discharge give the appropriate ozone. Understand, children? So this is the preparation of ozone. If we move into the physical properties of ozone, so what is the color of ozone? Ozone is a blue in color which gives pungent smell. So before when it is going to be rain, okay, before it starts raining, we will get a pleasant smell. That pleasant smell is nothing but the smell of an ozone from where we are getting. Understand? So it gives a sweet pungent smell, and it is a toxic gas. That means it is a poisonous gas. So it is thermodynamically unstable. So the ozone which is formed, it is thermodynamically unstable. So that is why again it get converted into oxygen and nascent oxygen. That I am going to explain later. Next, it is heavier than air and slightly soluble in water. And the next property is it is heavier than air and slightly soluble in water. So it is used in the purification of water as it kills harmful microorganisms. So this is also one of the physical properties. So it is blue in color with pungent smell, and it is a toxic gas. It is thermodynamically unstable. It is heavier than air and slightly soluble in water, and it is used in the purification of water. Why it is used? As it can kill the harmful microorganisms. Next comes to the chemical properties. So ozone is a powerful oxidizing agent. because it liberates nascent oxygen. What I said here, thermodynamically unstable. So that process only we are seeing here. So the ozone which is formed, it cannot be stable. Again, it can get converted into oxygen and gives an one atom of O, that is called nascent oxygen. So due to this, it acts as a powerful oxidizing agent. Due to this property, it acts as a powerful oxidizing agent. So we are going to see some of the oxidizing reactions of ozone. Lead sulfate reacts with ozone to give lead sulfide reacts with ozone to give lead sulfate and oxygen. So here it converts black lead sulfide to white lead sulfate. This is one of the oxidizing property. Next one, it liberates iodine from potassium iodide. So whenever potassium iodide reacts with ozone and water, it gives potassium hydroxide, iodine and oxygen. This is also one of the chemical property. Next property, it reacts with metals like silver and mercury to form other oxides. Understand? So whenever any metal combines with oxygen, it forms metal oxides, right? So here ozone also combines with metals to form other oxides like metal oxides. So Ag plus O3 gives rise Ag2O plus O2, and mercury also reacts with ozone to form Hg2O plus O2. So here, due to this dissolution of mercury loses its meniscus, that means lustrous property, and it is going to be stick to the sides of the glass, okay, or the container. Due to this dissolution of mercury loses its meniscus or the lustrous property and starts sticking to the sides of the container. So that process is called tailing of mercury. It is very, very important for your 2-mark question. Understand? The question will be asked, define tailing of mercury. What do you mean by tailing of mercury, children? Due to the dissolution of mercury, the mercury loses its meniscus and starts sticking to the sides of the glass container. That process is called tailing of mercury. So it can be regained again. Okay, the mercury can gain its lustrous property or meniscus property again. How it can regain again? It can be regained by shaking it with water. Understand? So when this is formed, when again it combines with water, it can regain its lustrous property. And next, with ethylene C2H4, when it reacts with ethylene, it forms ethylene ozonide. Okay, it forms ethylene ozonide. Look at here, CH2 double bond CH2 when reacts with ozone gives CH2 bond O and C. 3 oxygens are get attached like this. So this is called ethylene ozonide. And next, when it reacts with acetylene C2H2, it forms acetylene ozonide. C2H2 plus O3 gives rise. See, look at here, H bond C bond H, and again they both are connected with O, and here also 2 oxygens are connected. So this is called acetylene ozonide. Acetylene ozonide. So these are the chemical properties of ozone. In the chemical properties of ozone, main thing is tailing of mercury, which is very, very important. Next comes to the uses. So what are the uses of ozone? Ozone is used as a powerful disinfectant. Okay, disinfectant. Next, it is used as a germicide. That means it can kill the germs. It is used as a bleaching agent. That means it can decolorize some of the substances. Next, already we have learned it is used as an oxidizing agent. Not only that, in aquaculture and fish farming also ozone is used, and to clean that swimming pools and recycling the wastewater, it is very much useful. So this is about ozone. Yes, so we have learned how the ozone, what is ozone and where it is formed, what is the structure, how it is prepared, and what are the physical properties, chemical properties and uses. So it is very, very important for your 8-mark question. So this is about today's class. Thank you, children.